Hello, everyone. Welcome to my presentation about amplifying emotions with me, Bonnie Kelso. So, amplifying emotions is the best way to connect with your readers. Let's explore this. It's all about, that's me and my two books, third one I'm working on now. The first one was Sea Smiles, which we're going to go into depth, and Sleepy Sea, which just came out. The reader experience. This is our end goal. We want that reaction, that moment of surprise from our reader, just like the little girl in the middle. That's our goal. So first, let's go over kid relatable emotions. We've got happy, sad, angry, tired, frustration, embarrassment, worry, disgust, jealousy, fear, surprise, and as most kids will tell you, silly. So I added silly because a lot of times when you ask a kid, how are you feeling? They'll say silly. So it's important. Picture books are great tools for helping kids connect with and understand different feelings. So when we're creating these books, this is what we're doing for kids. We're helping them to read emotions on the characters' faces through their body expressions and the words that they say. So first, I recommend choosing a highly emotional topic if that's your goal, like tooth loss. I remember when my kids were little, and actually one of them is still losing his teeth, but it's such a traumatic experience, and there's a lot of pain and worry and disgust that goes on when you're dealing with these teeth falling out. And for me personally, I still have nightmares about losing my teeth. So I know that it was very traumatic for me as a kid. So we're going to do a deep dive on Sea Smiles. My picture book in my milestone series is the first one that explores tooth loss. We start off, and it's always good to start off, with a neutral emotion. This is the first page of the story. And we see there's nice, cool colors in the background, but we know something's about to go wrong because there's this big red crunch hovering over her head. She has just taken a bite into her apple. And the next page shows this very hot background with exclamation points and stars and spirals, and we're zoomed in. What is that emotion that we're looking at here? We have the eyebrows tilted upward, the hand position. She's covering her mouth where the pain is. There's exclamation marks, as I mentioned. We're zoomed in, and her eyes are bugged out. She is feeling what? Surprise, shock, pain, fear, all of it. Now, the trauma has ended, but she's still upset. No more smiling, she says. This is at the top where we get the kid relatable language. Kid relatable language is a great way to help empathize, have kids empathize with your characters. The facial expression, she's looking kind of miffed, upset, sad. She's slouched on the couch, so her body position is accentuating this emotion. Her arms are crossed. Is she frustrated? Is she angry? There's a gray background, which further amplifies her mood. And this is all through showing, not telling. The only thing that I'm saying is no more smiling. There's rain clouds coming in, there's lightning bolts. This is a bad scene. In the next frame, down below, we see things are shifting a little for the girl. She's seeing this book over here with this little creature smiling at her. She's got the raised eyebrow. and she's shifting toward neutral emotion. And then down at the bottom, she's shifting even more to neutral. And there's even a small smile coming in on her face. She opens the book, meaning she's open to changing how she feels. Okay. Wolffish asks, "Why so glum?" Another tooth fell out, Wolffish. So here we're starting to establish some empathy. Wolffish is concerned about her, and she is comfortable with Wolffish. So you can see she's leaning in to him. It's as if they know each other. Nice teeth. White, pea-size, not very sharp. What do you eat with these things? From now on, only applesauce. Now we're moving into some different emotions. We've got kindness. He's being complimentary towards her. He's using his observation skills and showing curiosity. And our girl is moving even more into neutrality and perhaps even acceptance. And she's even able to crack a joke about her situation. So there's humor here too. I prefer, this thing's in my way. Okay. I prefer my food live and swimming. There we go. So now we have Wolffish showing his more menacing side as we see his horrific teeth with these fish bones sticking out on them. His eyes are still on the silly side, making it a little less frightening for kids. But the red background and the houndstooth pattern definitely show that our emotions are amplified with Wolffish. And then we've got the joke of the houndstooth because he's a wolfish. Bark, bark. Eesh. May I see? Is that me? Terrifying. Menacing. Perfect. On the next page, the little girl is showing some surprise, some disgust, maybe a combination of both. Her toes are curled. May I see? The little wolffish. He's actually showing a little bit of curiosity. And we have a new character coming in here. The little penguins poking out of the book. And then, of course, we have Wolffish taking the mirror, looking in, and deciding that he is terrifying. He is menacing, and he loves it. He has feelings of self-adoration. Can I see mine? I bet they're way cuter than mine. Let's see those pearly white flightless seabird. When the penguin makes his entrance, we're introduced to this happy new character, very happy-go-lucky little character. We can see that the little girl is very interested in this new character. She thinks he's very cute because she's got happy look on her face. She's leaning in. She sees that little hearts are coming out of her head. She thinks this little character is adorable. And now we can move into Wolffish's other side of his personality, where he's maybe a little more cynical, could be moving into jealousy as he makes fun of the little penguin, calling him a flightless seabird. Ah, what the waddle? Holy mother of blubber. On the next page, Penguin shows them his teeth. His eyes are closed, so he's unaware of their reaction, their very strong reaction. We have shock, disgust, fear. They're hugging each other. Her toes are curled. Their eyes are bugged out. Even the speech bubble shape accentuates and amplifies their emotions. Give me that. I've seen enough. Oh, it's okay. My mouth is a mess too. Cheer up, bird. You could have teeth like him. So on the top, poor penguin. He's struggling with this big mirror. Give me that. He has some disbelief. He looks in the mirror. You can see by his foot position, he's leaning into it. And by these little yellow marks over his head, he is shocked by what he's seen. He is definitely feeling disappointment in this next scene. And his little humorous language, I've seen enough, makes him very relatable for kids. He's handing back the mirror, sadly. Down below, we're showing some empathy. The little girl feels sorry for our penguin. She's giving him a cuddle to help comfort him. There's a little tear coming out of the penguin's eye, showing that he is feeling sad. But there's comforting words when she says, "It's okay, my mouth is a mess too." But then we have a contrast of reactions because the emotions that Wolffish is showing are a little less empathetic. He's kind of making a joke, like, "Cheer up, bird. You could have teeth like him," which gives us the humorous intro to our next character and the foreshadowing of Narwhal. And I love the little happy illustration of Narwhal in the book, which kind of gives you an indication of his personality. Did someone say teeth? Yikes, watch it with that thing. Do you have any teeth, Narwhal? Only one. I call him Lefty. My cousin has two of these beauties. So lucky. That's your tooth? It's like 100 feet long. So here we have a new silly character entering the scene, Narwhal. And he accidentally almost spears our little penguin. Yikes, watch it with that thing. So we have some surprise happening over here. The little girl looks very happy. She's holding her hands up. She's smiling. She's leaning into Narwhal. She's looking happy. I mean, who wouldn't be happy having a conversation with a Narwhal? And then we have Wolffish, who's probably feeling a little bit of disbelief. He can't believe that that thing coming out of Narwhal's face is a tooth. Cheer up, penguin. Nothing could be worse than mine. At least you can see yours. I've never seen mine before now. I wish I could unsee them. Oh, yeah. Let's have a looky-loo, Secret. So our main character, the girl, she's very happy. She's giving a pet to a narwhal. I mean, who wouldn't be? We have Secret entering the scene through the book, and he's maybe feeling a little bit of shame, some worry coming out of the penguin, because now he's realized that his teeth are not that awesome. And with uh, Wolffish asking the question, let's have a look. We're building some tension to the next page. Mine are hollow inside. Can you see the holes? We're showing some body language here. They're all leaning in. There's some curiosity. The question helps to build the tension for the next page turn. And then we're using scale. We have all these large animals in this tiny little tooth, looking at this tiny little tooth inside the Secret's mouth. Squirt! Oh, venom! Swim for your life! Yikes! So here we're using some sound words. We got the big squirt. We've got the snake is all body rippled, like you can tell he's putting a lot of effort into this big sneeze. Poor Wolffish is experiencing horror as he's right up front. He thinks he's being sprayed with venom. Narwhal is turning away with this silly expression on his face, but he's screaming. Ah! The little penguin is using some wordplay, swim for your life instead of run for your life. And the little girl is using a book as a shield, as she says something very kid relatable. Yikes. Oops, sorry, it was just a sneeze. So here we see that, in fact, it was just a sneeze. So everything calms down a little. We've gone from this bright red background with all these teeth patterns in the background to a nice, cool, soothing, watery color again. And we can see that the little sea crate is embarrassed. He's covering his nose. He's got some pink cheeks. And the wolffish is looking very frustrated, maybe angry, shocked. He's got the exclamation points coming out of his head. The narwhal looks relieved. He's just like, whoo, he's got the little sweat beads coming off. And poor little penguin has just fainted. Totally shocked. And the little girl is now maybe curious. She's looking out from underneath her shield book. Next time, Sea Crate, please cover your face when you sneeze. It happens so fast. So here we have some kid relatable language. This is definitely something a kid would say. It happened so fast. But the little girl is being very forgiving and helpful. She has a relaxed posture, so that we know that she's not afraid of this little sea crate. I understand. My body surprises me sometimes too. What are we talking about? Weird teeth. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The little girl's now offering Sea Crate some empathy, and she's giving him a little cuddle. She's got her arm wrapped around him. She's sitting crisscross applesauce, very relaxed. We have a silly character coming in with the big eyes and the heart-shaped nose. He comes in from the top, which also makes him a little silly. We have the wolffish is starting to get into kind of a grumpy, upset mood. And he's letting out this little joke about the good, the bad, and the ugly, preparing us for what is to come next. Give us a smile, crab eater seal, says Narwhal. Okay, here goes. We're building some expectation. The little girl looks eager to see what's going to happen next. We know now that this could be good, bad, or ugly, so we're wondering which one of those it is. Narwhal's giving an arm or a flipper around our Sea Crate character, giving him a little bit of comfort. And we're building tension with this next page turn. Whoa, dude, wicked, tiny spirals. They're like fleur-de-lis. And I thought mine was strange. So we're giving the viewer an unexpected viewpoint. This kind of shifts things. And it's kind of silly. We see that Narwhal still has a silly expression on his face. The penguin and the little girl are showing that they're curious. They're making observations about the shape of the teeth, like fleur-de-lis or tiny spirals. Wolffish is definitely impressed by this wicked looking set of teeth. And there's comfort for Sea Crate because he realizes that his teeth are maybe not the strangest. Let's count our teeth. Tooth tally. Penguin, 0. Narwhal, 1. Me, 16. Sea Crate, 20. Crab eater seal, 32. Wolffish, 40. Yes, I'm winning. Now, all of our characters are showing some curiosity. We're doing some counting, and they're partnering up, which is also very kid relatable. So obviously, counting to 0 is pretty silly. The crab eater seal is looking inside the penguin's mouth where there are no teeth. So it looks like he's counting to a big number, but it's really just 0. Sea Crate is looking inside Narwhal's mouth, which Narwhal doesn't have any teeth in his mouth, so he's actually looking in the wrong place. The tooth is coming out of his forehead. And then we have surprise, excitement, and happiness, all encompassing the emotions of our little wolffish. whose emotions change a lot during this story. He's super excited. He's number 1 on the tooth tally until the page turn. Not so fast, Wolffish. I lose teeth every day. Just last week, I lost 40. Right now, I have 326. Oops, make that 325. Thanks, Great White Shark. That helps me feel better about mine. Time to bolt. I'm hungry. Gulp. So, eyebrow. It's all business. You see this big shark coming into the scene. Penguin is about to get hit by a falling tooth. So he's very shocked. Wolffish is steaming mad. And because we know why, because he's no longer number 1. He just got booted out of first place by this big shark. Crab eater seal is worried that he's on the menu. And we have Narwhal here and the little girl who look pretty impressed. Their expression is kind of like, wow. Sorry, Wolffish, sharks are the big winners. How many? Oh, and then somebody's coming out of the book. Who is it? Umbrella Slug. How many teeth could you possibly have, Umbrella Slug? You're tiny. Size doesn't matter. We have a little bit of offended coming in down here with the penguin, his little crossed arms. Are they embarrassing like mine? Are they weird like mine? Need a mirror? Can we count them? That would take a very long time, says Umbrella Slug. So Wolffish is front and center. That is on purpose because he has the highest stakes in this situation. He's quietly waiting for the answer because he wants to know if he's actually being booted from second place to third. Questions that they're asking the slug help build the suspense. Umbrella Slug teases us, saying that counting his teeth would take a very, very long time, setting us up for the turn page, the page turn. 750,000? Give or take a few. Teeth are crazy, curious, and kind of cool. So now we can see Wolffish is steaming mad. He's got steams in red. He's definitely feeling jealous of everyone else's crazy teeth. And everyone else is pretty happy. They're pretty excited for Umbrella Slug because he has such an astronomical number of teeth. And then we have the last scene, show us your sea smile, inviting the reader to show us their smile. We got the relatable selfie shot for kids with the friends, and we can see that Wolffish has sort of this straight eyebrow, and he's kind of glaring at Sea Slug. So it's still not over for him. He's still a little upset, which is okay. And that's totally kid relatable as well. Everyone else is just being silly and showing their smile. The end. So then at the end, we have a mirror page that I was really happy about including. So the kids get to look and see if they can see their smile in this mirror. So that's my milestone series, starting with Sea Smiles, which came out in 24. This year, Sleepy Sea, and next year's release is Sea Suds, and we have not released the cover art for that yet, but you can see it's in the same color palettes and style. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed my presentation about amplifying emotions using the example of my book, Sea Smiles. Thanks, guys. If you have any questions for me, please put them in the comments.